Hi, my name is Mahdi the Magician, and today I'm going to teach you how I do the overhand shuffle with my deck of playing cards. Historically, the position of the shuffle has been described as thus. The deck is held much as usual in the left palm, but more diagonally, is that the first finger for the second joint lies up against the outer end, the first joint of the little finger curled in against the inner end, second and third finger slightly curled in against the bottom, and the thumb resting on top near the outer end about the middle. The right hand, when about to squeeze, seizes the under portion of the ends between the thumb and the second and third fingers, and the first rests on the upper side. Sort of looks like this. The position is easy and quite natural in appearance. There's no strain on the fingers. The deck fits fairly on its sides across the palm. And the left-hand fingers are in much the same position as they would naturally take when the hand is about half closed. It is an excellent manner of holding the deck for the true shuffle, and should be strictly adhered to on all occasions. I understand that, however, this is not all occasions that we are following, so I'll show you my way of doing it, which is slightly different. So this is called the overhand shuffle. What you're going to do is you're going to put the deck horizontal on your lap. With your left arm, you're going to connect on the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck with your right hand. The reason why I say this is the bottom, this is the top, because many times when I turn it, this goes forward. To me, this is the orientation, the top of the deck. You're going to grab the cards and move them out. Throw some on top, throw some on top, throw some on top. You're going to do this about 7 or 8 times. This is the shuffle complete. Afterwards, you can do a square up. Depending on your surface, this is not always going to be completely square. Like right now, it's not square, but sometimes we can get it square. There's a couple things happening here. When you pull, gravity and friction, the friction of my pants is keeping whatever I'm pulling in that one place. If I just were to pull straight out, I would have more of that drag. What I'm trying to do is reduce that drag, because the more drag that I have, like this, it means I need to move even further to clear. So if I have to do that over and over, it becomes a problem. So to avoid that, I do 2 things. I lift up, so this packet, the underneath packet, sort of revolves up, leaving that packet hanging. It clears, clears, clears. Or the other thing I do is when I slide this out, the back corner of here is always going to make contact with my pants for the first packet. Second packet, the cards are already beveled a little bit. It means they've been dragged down by gravity. I can either throw like this, which will launch some cards I don't need to loosen, or I can loosen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen my grip with my right arm. So this is going to come out. I'm going to loosen a little bit, loosen a little bit, loosen a little bit, loosen a little bit, loosen a little bit. I want you to notice that my arm is sort of curved here at the top, and this helps me in a couple ways, because when I pick it up from here, I'm able to pull and then that curve just lets me loosen a little bit, which lets those cards fall out. So when it comes out, I'm just loosening. That is the overhand shuffle. One thing that I forgot to talk about, which I just want to go over briefly, is why do we shuffle the cards horizontally and not vertically? The reason why we shuffle them horizontally and not vertically is because when we go vertically, we have to go so much farther to clear. We have to go almost double the distance to clear. And it's a different type of shuffle, actually. So this is the original overhand shuffle, and this is how we do it. And we do not do it horizontally. I mean, we do not do it vertically. We do it horizontally. One last thing that I want to show you guys is something I call the weave. I know that I said this was going to be a tutorial on the overhand shuffle, but sometimes as I'm shuffling, I wait until I have a little bit of the packet left, just a few cards, then I sort of bring it to the middle and I weave it. It's sort of a nice ending, and then square everything up. So from here, in the middle, square everything up. Just a nice little conclusion. Oh, one other thing, sometimes packets will naturally fall to the left or right. Then from there I can just strip and shuffle some more. Instead of starting all the way at the beginning, let's just strip some cards out of the middle. Kind of gives it a nice free flow action. You can just strip out a few cards from the middle. See, they come out of the edge here, they never square. So I pop them to the right, strip out. Whoops. Card fell down. And continue. Just a nice little addition. So now a couple things can go wrong. Sometimes when you're shuffling really quickly, cards stick out, cards fall out. Just throw them back on top. Also, another thing that can go wrong, I'll sort of make it go wrong, is a card, if it catches, it can revolve and turn face up. You don't want this to happen, but if it happens, just try to make those cards fall out jogged. That way you can just strip them out and put them back on top. So again, it's not supposed to happen, but if it does happen, like this, comes out, you continue on, you just strip those. I'm sort of forcing it to happen now, which is why it looks awkward, but it does happen sometimes by mistake in performance if I'm shuffling quickly. Cards sometimes do turn over, something I try to avoid, but if it does happen, I always try to make it come out on one side. That way I can cleanly strip it and either put it on the bottom or put it on the top by revolving, putting it back on top. Another thing about the shuffle, this feels very shuffled when I'm doing this, but it doesn't have a conclusion. The conclusion, there's two conclusions. The first conclusion is when I run out of cards, obviously like here. Then I don't like just placing that on top. So what I do sometimes is when I am shuffling, grab, throw, 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 and then the last packet I just like to sort of throw on top. So this comes out and lands on top. And the more cards you have, like if I have about 15 cards or so, and this comes out from the bottom, I like to just throw it on top, but I like to throw it on top so that it lands sort of square, because when it does that, you feel and you hear like a thud, and it just feels more definitive. You see, that's what I mean. That I sort of slide that out, put that on top. Always you want to square up at the end. The way you square up is from the sides and then from the front. Because of the pants I'm wearing up right now, I'm not gonna have a great square, but I usually can get it. Boom. Done. It's a wrap. If you like this video, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. If you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe, and maybe I'll make some more videos on how I do stuff. Sorry that I'm shaking. It is freezing out here. We are filming outside in the winter, and I'm in my t-shirt. So it is cold, so I do apologize for shaking. I am shivering, but I think I was able to keep pretty still. So thank you, and have a good day.